In this video, we will learn about implementing account policies and authorization solutions. Firstly, we need to learn about the account attributes. After a candidate clears the background check, as we discussed in the previous video, and goes through the onboarding process to be a part of the organization, the new employee's user account has to be managed by the network administrator. And when the network administrator is managing this user account, the network administrator has to assign certain attributes to the user account based on the employee's roles and responsibilities in the organization. Access control is the selective restriction of access to a place or other resource, while access management describes the entire process of access control. And there are various policies determining how the access control should be carried out. Access password policy settings. This policy, it's intended to make sure that the employees create and use strong and unique passwords. The idea behind this policy is to ensure that the employees create and use strong and unique passwords. This policy lists out certain norms on password creation to ensure that the employees create and use strong passwords. This includes factors such as the length of the password, its complexity. Complexity is determined by the use of the numbers and special characters in the password. And another factor to consider is if this password that the employee has created, if it's being used somewhere else. Because in case of an external data breach, if password is being reused, then the attacker might use the password that has been leaked. And if it's the same password, then this organization will deal with a breach as well. So it's important that the password isn't reused. And then there's the account audits. User or employee's workstation activities should be logged and reviewed and monitored by the network administrator as needed on a time-to-time basis to ensure that the user account isn't being used in the illegitimate ways and so that the account maintains its integrity. The idea is to track all user and actions carried out on the user account and to spot any potential discrepancies to make sure that the user account is in compliance with the security policy. Account lockout. If the audit logs were to show sign of an incident, the Information Security Department should be able to immediately disable this compromised user account at a moment's notice, at an instant, to limit the potential damage caused to the organization. This process is known as the account lockout. OAuth, Open Authentication. It's an open standard authorization protocol that provides applications the ability for secure designated access. For example, when logging into the site Udemy, instead of typing the email and password, you can simply tell Google or Facebook or your Apple account that it's okay for udemy.com to access your profile without having to give Udemy your account password. This minimizes risk in a major way. In the event Udemy suffers a data breach, your account, let it be Google account, Facebook account or Apple account, that password remains safe. OpenID Connect. It's a simple identity layer on top of the OpenAuth 2.0 protocol. It allows clients to verify the identity of the end user based on the authentication performed by the authorization server.